let me read to you this really quickly. This is an email I sent to a rep in New Hampshire. Her name was Marjorie Smith. She was a Democrat. For 2 years, the Democrats, for the first time in 100 years, took over the legislature in New Hampshire. And the Republicans had both chambers for about 100 years. And it was kind of interesting. They had done some things that weren't really liberty inclined, so the Democrats got in. And while the Democrats were in, they started, I don't know if they passed the laws, but they suggested passing, making it mandatory to have a seatbelt in your vehicle, make insurance mandatory, make helmets on a motorcycle mandatory. All these things you can do in New Hampshire. You can drive your car without insurance. If you get in a wreck with somebody, you got to work it out with them. It's not mandatory. Some people have grown accustomed to these things, but when you look at liberty in its truest form, that's what it looks like. It means self-responsibility. It doesn't mean mandates. But if you get on that motorcycle and you crash, you better find a way to take care of it. But that is individual responsibility. They have, in both Vermont and New Hampshire, the most, I don't know if they're the most, but they're definitely some of the highest gun rights. In fact, recently in New Hampshire, they made it so you can bring a gun in your own legislature. Wow. This is truly liberty. Even Vermont, which is a blue state, highly liberal, when you have good representation, you find out that even they like to protect themselves. It's not just Rosie O'Donnell who wants to yell at the, certain people for, supporting guns and then, having her own protection. When you get into good representation, your civil liberties start taking off. Your ability to enforce them starts going up. Powerful, powerful. Anyway, so in New Hampshire, we had, so I sent this email to Marjorie Smith, and she was the head of the budget committee. And I said, what does the New Hampshire budget look like this year? And I sent the email on 8/10/08. What does the New Hampshire budget look like this year? Is it a deficit or is it flush? I heard that last year the New Hampshire budget was in the surplus of $40,000. Is this true? So on 8/10/08. On 8/11/08, I get an answer. I'd be happy to answer your questions. I need a little more information. And on. The next day, I get an answer from the chairman of the